Now, when it comes to technology, many of you know that Nio, it is the winner, right? I mean, I've said this quite a number of times. I've said this statement boldly because this is what we are saying, to say that Nio, when it comes to tech, there is no company that can compete, no EV company that can compete with Nio. And I got, I suppose, some of the Tesla investors coming and saying, what is it that Nio can do that Tesla can do? We spoke of the steer-by-wire capabilities, we spoke of the active suspension capabilities, and the kind of platform which Nio Cars, or the architecture platform that which Nio Cars is being built on. This is something that is very, very important, and these are some of the difference that when you talk about Tesla, when you talk about the fast growing EV space, you need to mention Nio, because Nio is doing the most. Now, with that, there is a video that is trending on the streets of social media where this guy was explaining to another guy here about the Nio ET9, how it's built, explaining what the SkyOS is actually about. I mean, you will know that during Innovation Day last year, around September, Nio came and launched their new operating system called the SkyOS. Now, this guy said the SkyOS is like the brain. We know that it's an operating system, right, for the car. So this guy is taking it further, saying it's like your brain. It is the main thing that knows how to control what. It knows how to react. Unlike other EV cars or companies that it's like they are operating as a robot. Basically, they don't think, they don't respond like how the Nio ET9, for instance, it responds. I mean, there is something that, of course, with the Nio ET7, right? The feature that Nio launched is that if you are driving on a road, you encounter a pothole or a hump, and quite a number of Nio users are encountering that hump. That information gets sent to a server, which then communicates to all of the Nio cars. When they get to that spot, then the chassis adjusts itself to easily absorb that shock, that pothole. This is what is happening already onto Nio. Those driving the Nio Executive Edition, this is what is happening. If there is something that some Nio users are experiencing, Nio car is able to adjust the chassis based on what they are seeing Nio cars doing. So let's watch this video before we take it further, right?
What really makes this car unique with all these German luxury names is his operating system developed by Nio himself. That means this operation system can control every major part, major systems, and has great speed of data transfer and calculation. So this car is like an intelligent human. You can feel the world, you can see the world, and you can make your calculation. Like a real man, you can do something.
Yeah, you can walk.
But a traditional car is like this. Because the car's computer is here, but this button is controlled by some tier 1. This leg maybe is a Brazil tier 1, and this leg maybe is a Chinese tier 1. And all these tier 1 make different parts, and every part has different programming, and it's a black box for Ford or Volkswagen. That's why their cars looks kind of slow and weird.
I mean, this guy is talking, when he talks about the SkyOS, he said it can control every major part in the car, the SkyOS, whereas on some of the other German luxury brands, you don't find that, right? So he's saying other luxury German brands is the difference between Nio ET9 or that operating system onto Nio ET9 is that, yes, there is a centralized operating software, but a certain button is controlled by some certain tier or some certain feature tier in the car. It's disconnected from the main operating system, right? It is controlled, it has its own thing, right? Whereas with the Nio ET9, the SkyOS, it controls everything and it adjusts based on the conditions. It can calculate, which is what exactly I was telling you about the shock absorption of what happens when you are driving a Nio car and it gets to a hump, it gets to a, of course, a pothole. it will adjust itself. So it adjusts itself based on an environment, meaning that someone driving a Nio ET9 in Europe and someone driving a Nio ET9 model in China, their driving mode might differ a bit depending on the condition, depending on the road that the person in Europe is driving on, right? So this is what this guy is trying to explain, to say that unlike other cars that when you buy it, you can't really connect, you can't really feel the technology changing or adapting to the certain conditions that you find yourselves in. And this with Nio, with the SkyOS, now this thing can think. He said it's like an intelligent human being, right? So it can think, it can calculate, it can adjust itself, which this is what makes Nio special. This is what makes Nio, or will make Nio to remain at the top. And the CEO of Nio, remember, he said in his first meeting after, or in his first event after the Chinese New Year holiday, he said Nio, when it comes to innovation and tech, they will remain at the top. They will do whatever they can to remain at the top, meaning that if this, what we are talking about here right now, it is massive news, which they are, imagine what Nio will be launching or is bringing on their facelift models. Imagine what Nio will bring next year, 2 years time, 3 years time. Nio is going to be one of the first companies to go to full autonomous driving. Trust me, because of they are always innovating, their technology is always top notch, which is why big analysts have came to say that if Nio makes it, Nio gets to profitability, Nio CEO will go as one of the best top CEO car, when you look into the car industry, more than the BYD CEO, better than the Xiaomi CEO, which this speaks volumes because people can see the complexity, the kind of complex technology that Nio is launching, right? And because of this, they know that Nio, what is only left is to get to profitability. Once that comes, then it's lights out. And remember what the president of Nio said. He said, when profitability comes, it will come with more aggression. It won't be just profitability just like that, but it will be quite aggressive in a way that, of course, it will be so high, or it will grow at a very rapid and fast pace, which is something that we want to see. Nio is targeting profitability in Q4, and this again shows us that the fact that Nio will be using their operating system SkyOS on all of their cars, they'll be using their in-house autonomous driving chips on all of their car. This is something that makes Nio to stand out. This is what makes a difference onto Nio. And boy, I must say, I look forward to where Nio is headed. Blue sky is coming, long term will win. Those that are persevering will most definitely be rewarded with time. I know share price wise Nio might not be where you want it to, but blue sky will come, long term will win, and those that are persevering will most definitely be rewarded with time. I'll see you on the next one, and God bless you all.